up. I don't feel like holding the phone in my hand. So, good morning. So I had a dream decoding this morning that was super interesting. And what was so interesting about it was that the client, hey Gerald, is this video and audio clear? Can you let me know? I guess that means it's pretty good. So I had I don't like just waking up. So if I'm like out of it, that's why. I didn't have any coffee yet. I'm having my tea first. Let's stick with the tea. Ew, Jesus. Ugh, let's just block. Yeah, I had to block him off the live. That was fucking weird. I don't like when people come on and, hey baby, how are you? Like, ew, get off my live. You don't know about metaphysics. You don't know about magic. You don't know about yourself. If you don't care about your soul, I don't want to talk to you. That's how I am. That's what I really don't care. That's how much I don't care. About this business, I'm about no fucking, this ain't play. This is not for play. I do not need motherfuckers here who don't care about this work. So, do you love this or not? I can't adult today. I thought this was pretty cool. So I had a dream decoding, and I have to wear a hat because I had a little tiny cut like right at the corner somehow. I don't even know how I did this to myself, but I had a cut like right here at the corner of this eye. And your eye is amazing and wants to heal right away. So I've been having to put like an antiseptic here, and the eye's a little like a little poofy, not too much though. And it's like, I don't know, like, it's a little different color from this one, so then it looks like fucking weird. Altier, whatever your name is, you get blocked too. I got blocks for days. I got blocks for everyone. So don't start talking stupid shit. That's just a warning. You about this work? Welcome. Soul family. But otherwise, keep it moving. If you're not about this shit, then you gotta go. So, that's funny. So, the whole big thing this morning, I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear me with this truck going by. It's so loud. So, if you guys didn't notice, when I had my activation this weekend, I had a couple visions. And I'm not going to speak on one of those visions because it's for me. It's one of those things that's some knowledge is just for you, for your own journey and personal growth. But the vision actually compelled me to go from Empress Isabel to Empress 9. That's the energy that I'm vibrating in right now. And people expect us to go by one name our whole life, but the whole thing is that when you are a multi-dimensional being, and you can decide to change your name whenever you want, really. You can choose at any moment to be or do something different, and you gotta sometimes just be in the energy that you're in. Oh, let me bring this way. See, this eye looks bad, but it's on my hat staying on. But my hair was bothering me. I was like, wow, I look like ew right now. I don't know. I'll fix that later. Anyway, so I went from, Empress Isabel. That's actually my middle name. So my name. I had another alter when I was a kid that I went by for a little bit. It was like another personality I made up just to deal with some trauma. And once I was done with that trauma, I deaded that bitch. She was no good for me. And I knew that shit too. And I was like, I just need this right now to handle some shit. And once I was done dealing with that trauma, that motherfucker had to go. So I went from there, and then I went and now this is like the new energy that I'm in. So I went with Empress 9. I don't know, could last years, could last weeks. I don't know. Downloads and, you growing and changing, and it happens all the time. So I literally can't say how long it'll last. I don't know. So then that brought me more into a realm of dealing with all these numbers. And any number that's a straight line isn't really like real. So like one should really be like a bow. Like like a little crescent or something. But like, not a lot. Like, I don't know, like this, I guess. Really? I can't do it with my fingers, but you know what I mean, like a little bow. One should be like a bow. 2, the curve at the top is correct, and that the straight line at the bottom isn't. It's just like any number that's just a straight line, or has just straight lines, like 7. They're useful as a sort of like imitation, or for example, when you do sigils and you're doing them based on the stars, the deities themselves and the stars and everything up there is curved. What a lot of times people will do, and they create bodies or beings, right, with the constellations. So the image you're creating is curved, but what they do is they connect the points, the stars, and that creates a straight line, like with straight lines. But what if you did them as curves? Because I've done my sigils like this, where I'll actually go and do the straight lines, or do the points and make sure they're even. So that would be the straight line, but it's invisible. So I'll do the points, make sure they're even, and then I'll just go in and do curves. You know what I mean? Curves. And in the curves, and the curve is where you find the reality. I mean, really the curve is where you're finding the truer reality. Because the truest reality, I am no thing. The truest reality, I am no thing. But what's up, Kevon? Nice to see you. Joyful rising, soul family. Thank you for being here. The true reality would be the curve and not the straight line. And it's just very interesting. And it's funny because some videos I've been watching and what I've been reading, and everything started just pointing towards the numbers. Everything started pointing towards, oh, well, check this number out. Oh, what about this number over here? Oh, why don't you check this out? See what's going on over here. So I started doing that. And I've come across some very interesting revelations doing that, Have some more tea. I make my own like hibiscus tea, and I put some sage and lemon juice in here today. It's just banging. Yum. So then you have the 3, the 6, and the 9, which are the curved numbers, the numbers that are pure curves. The 3, the 6, and the 9. That little weird 9, fuck that shit. You do the one that you see on your keyboard. Why do you think they made it that way? Because it's supposed to be a curved number. So you go the 3, the 6, the 9. They're all a part of the 8. And it's funny because guess what? I had a client actually used my business number, because you can text through my business number too. I have it on my Instagram. If you guys need a dream decoding or whatever, you can just hit me on the business number. It makes it super easy. So I had a client contact me this morning about, and her whole dream had to do with, guess what? Numbers. So now I have to look into the number 8, and I already had the thought the other day. Number 8 is the number of completion. Coming from a Christian background, you know, they teach you that the number 7 is completion, but the number 7 can't be completion because that's the 7th chakra. It's just the intuitive nature of that chakra. That's really it. It's not anything super complicated. It's going within. It's the feminine energy that creates from within. Because now that you done pushed everything out with the masculine, you gotta go within, heal, regenerate yourself. So you're dealing with 8, you're dealing with the feminine energy. 7, you're dealing with like that intuition, magic, seeing behind the veil or the illusion. And the 7th chakra or the crown chakra, what are you doing? Connecting with the cosmos, seeing behind the veil, the illusion. But you can feel into it. And honestly, when you start to connect with your higher self and different energies that are on higher dimensional planes, Akasha, whatever your purpose is, it really brings a new awareness to your existence. And you see things how they truly, you can see why a reader will wake up in the morning and read their cards just to make sure they're in alignment with the energy for the day. You can see why an astrologer will look at the stars and, okay, what are the energies this week? How am I going to run my life? You know what I mean? You can start to understand why these people do these things, and then all of a sudden it's not a form of taboo, but it's like, oh wow, that's actually like wise, because you figure if you're in the prison or the prism, you need to learn how this shit works here. Why do you keep having the same situations happen to you over and over again? Because you haven't learned the lesson that you were supposed to learn, and you chose not to learn how the prism works. What are the angles of light here? How does this work? How does that work? And then once you learn how everything works, then you could break out this motherfucker. It's as easy as that. You're only here for a mission. You're only here to help other souls, and then you could just, make your moves. Get the fuck out of here. Or go do something else if you want to. You might decide to come back and do something else. Just because, why not? It's just a game. And every time you come in to this game, you're able to learn something new about yourself. It's like if I was really good at chess, I would always want to play the people who are really good at chess just for the sake of playing chess. Yes, exactly, Kevon. It's not about, it's not about getting rid of the chessboard. It's about just learning a new angle of light or a new way to play the game that you never knew about before. Except chess is set up like war, and that's not really like, life can't exist in a state of war. Otherwise, nothing would grow. Nothing will work. If you look at the way nature operates, the way we're existing now in a state of war is completely unnatural. Even within ourselves, we're at war all the time. We're at war all the time. It's very, very... It's not wise. Because I don't look at the wars that are going on in the outer world. I look at the wars that are going on in the inner world. And it just isn't wise to be at war with yourself like that. At all. No wisdom in it. That argument you had with your significant other, with your cousin, with your best friend, with your coworker, that's a war going on within you. And as you face yourself over and over and over again, you can begin to resolve those issues. and life becomes more harmonious like nature. You might even stop working a job. You might just work for yourself like I do. Create your own business if you want to. Create your own opportunities if you want to. You have to believe that you are the wealth. The wealth never existed outside of you. You were made to believe that it did. And because you were made to believe that existed outside of you, it created a space where you could believe that there was some form of lack in your existence. Look at this. I'm going to show you how much there isn't lack in my existence right now. Right? That's it. I can breathe. That's wealth. You choose not to acknowledge it. And it's okay. Everybody has a choice. But I'm just making a point. The air. It's clean. It's fresh. It's nourishing. The air. It's oxygenating my lungs. It's filling me with its wisdom. It's showing me how life works, how life is literally an inhale and an exhale happening over and over and over again, how there's a cycle and a rhythm to it. How could you believe that breathing is not wealthy? How? It's the foundation for your existence. If you couldn't breathe, you would die, which is fine too. It's just a transformation out of the game into another game. How could you believe that you're not wealthy? If you can breathe, you're wealthy. Those cars, those jewelry, those big houses and all that crap, that is not wealth at all. That shit is a dirty filter. Depending. You might need those things for what you're doing. Depending. Because like Tony Robbins is still able to help to have everything that he wants, the lifestyle that he wants, an island, whatnot, and go around the world and help thousands of people at a time. That's wealthy. He's able to help thousands of people at a time. He started with one himself. He started with just one person, himself. Just one or zero. Alright, so let me get back into it. I went off on a tangent because I've been working with this energy so much that I understand it a lot better now. And when I read my cards the other day, I did a wealth reading for just a personal one. Wrote down what I need to work on this week, and then I started on that, and everything that I've been doing that's been in accordance with the energies, I've been getting like random money here and there that I completely don't expect, whether it be from a client, whether somebody decides to send a donation, whether someone just gives me like $40-50 just because they want to, and like a family member or whatever it is. I might find money on the ground, like because I'm staying in alignment with my own energy and how my energy is actually operating in the world. It's a relationship, so that's really been working for me. So that's why I speak about stuff like this so passionately. And really, the numbers, that's why 8 is infinity. If you turn it on its side. Getting back into the numbers, you got 3, 6, and 9. 3 is the child, right? It's the manifestation, because 1 plus 1 is 3, not 2, because something has to come from it for it for it to, exist. When a cell splits, it goes from 1, then it splits to 2, then it splits to 4. We're humans, so 1 plus 1, 2 bodies get together, so it's 2, and then 2 that are together create 3. So you can also look at 3, it's half an 8 because it's a form of manifestation. But it's only half an 8. That seed, that child that you created, even as a child, until they get into their own mind and start to grow up and mature the correct way, until you cultivate that 3 into an 8, it's still a 3. That child is still a 3. And while that's beautiful, you have to know what you're doing to cultivate that 3 into an 8, or a complete human being, or being. I'll say a being of light, being. A being. Isn't that dope? A being. So that's really what is going on with the numbers. So you got 3, and then you got the 6 and the 9, and yes, we can be dirty with it, but that's not the point. And that's also Pisces number, because Pisces is the masculine and feminine balancing out. So a 6 is the masculine, and a 9 is the feminine energy. When you put them together, a 6 and a 9 creates an 8, which is completion. 8 is a whole entity. Yeah, the number 8 is crazy. And I had to decode all of this morning because this dream was dealing with 7s and 8s. So, I went the fuck in. You know me. Y'all know me. I'll start channeling the information. And then I've already been studying this for the last, 3 weeks without anyone, knowing about it. So 6 and 9. 6 is the masculine number. Now I have to dive deeper into 6, but I know 9 is definitely the feminine number. 9, the vibration of it feels like the womb to me. You know what I mean? And 9 is always considered this highly spiritual number. So I'm like, okay, 9 has to be the woman, because it would be a number that is not as active. 9 would be a number that is not as active, and 6 would be a number that's more active. And I will break down the 6 another time, because I have to dive deeper into it, and I have to even dive deeper into the 9s. The 9s are very interesting. I'm gonna put up a clip later from this movie that has to do with 9s. The 9s. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So you take the 6 and the 9 and you put it together, and it's almost like it's yin yang. 6, 9, yin yang. And what happens with yin and yang is you have the dots, where they actually are both inside of each other. So the whole point is to balance out your inner masculine and feminine energies. If you want to do that in the outer world, balance. Even if you can't have a conversation with someone because the relationship is too bad, balance it out within your heart. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Justice. Mwah. There you go, Mama. It's nice to have you here, Soul Family. So what it is that if you can't balance out that opposite energy, if you're a woman, it would be a masculine, and a man, maybe a relationship with your dad or your cousin or whatever. If you're a man, it would be a relationship with your mother or your girlfriend or whatever the case may be. Your sister maybe. If you can't balance out those relationships in real time because it would be too volatile, you can go within. You can talk to that person's higher self and balance out the relationships that way. That is called alchemy. That's called when there's a will, there's a way. That's your willed way. Your willed way. You get it? Get it? Got it? Good. So you want to do that in your own willed way. But yeah, numbers get deep. I know I'm gonna I will do this Sunday, maybe before Sunday. I might do it by Friday or Wednesday. We are going to dive into the root chakra, because all I've been doing for like a month straight is focusing on my root chakra. So we'll dive into that. And then we will also start getting into, let's see, we got the root chakra. We'll start getting into the nines. I'm just going to name the video The Nines. And then I can use that to segue into why I changed my name to Empress 9. The Nines. What is it about these mysterious nines? Why are they so mysterious and amazing? So I'll work on that too this week. This tea is great. I think I'm gonna have another cup. Yeah, sounds about right for the day. All right, y'all. If anyone has a question, drop it. Yeah. Well, if you gotta download the Secret Energy app from Savon Bomar. He has the Secret Energy app. He tells you what color to wear every day, so that you're matching the energy of the day. And I've never had better luck, honestly, since I started doing that. So yeah, download the Secret Energy app. That's all I do. It has a calendar, it's free. And they did all the fucking legwork for you. It's great. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll let you guys go. If anyone has any spiritual questions, anything that's been on your mind, anything that's been brewing, drop it in the comments now. Kayvon, you got any questions or anything? Because I like to answer questions if people have questions sometimes. I just don't like people inbox me and go, "Are you a witch?" No, I'm a solar or a spiritual being having a human experience. And then because I can do psychic stuff, people think that like I'm supposed to tell some dude inboxed me and was like, "What's my rising ascendant?" And I was like, okay. So then you've been doing some astral traveling, or people are tapping into your energy. You might want to just cleanse your aura if people are tapping into your energy like that, because they use you as an avatar sometimes. You got to think about who you mean to those people, or what kind of relationship did you have with those people who are saying that to you. Cleanse your aura, cut the cords with them if you don't want them to like be all on top of you like that. Oh, also, I don't know if this happens to men a lot, but like women, like when we go out, we could be wearing the most basic shit and some dude will eyeball fuck us. What I do is I get my swords, my Sekhmet swords, and in my mind I will actually cut their head off. And you know what's crazy is energetically when you do that, the dude will actually just like they'll start doing something else, like they'll be totally uninterested in you. So if you guys want people to like leave you alone, really a good idea to start doing that once in a while. Start cutting the energy. So Kayvon, telling you about that help me to remember that little tip. Make sure you're cutting the energy. Make sure you're cutting that energy, because you don't want people to be tapping in like that to your energy all the time. So yeah, I guess I'll get out of here then. You guys have a good day. I gotta go have some more tea, do some yoga. All right, love you guys. Peace out, soul family. Or peace, harmony. Bye.